Hello dear students, welcome to the online education of class 7 science. So dear students, in the first term we have completed the 9 lessons and welcome back to the second semester of class 7 science. Dear students, I have started the lesson respiration and organisms in the previous classes. So let me continue and finish up the lesson, the respiration in organisms. Okay, so let me start with the next concept of this lesson. So that is breathing in other animals. Okay, in the previous classes we understood the breathing in human being. Okay, how the breathing process takes place. Okay, inhalation, exhalation, and movement of the ribs, everything we have studied. So today let us study the breathing in some other organisms. Okay, see the animals such as elephants, lions, cows, goats, frogs, lizards, snakes, birds. Okay, they all have lungs in their chest cavity like the human beings. Like the human beings, how do they have the chest cavity? In the same manner, these animals will also have the chest cavities. Okay, then how do the organisms breathe? Other organisms breathe, that we need to understand. Okay, so do other organisms also have the lungs like the human being? Yes, we have to find out that. So not all the animals have the lung cavity, chest cavities same as the human beings. Let us check out for different kinds of animals. The first one is cockroach. A cockroach has a small openings on the sides of its body. On the side of its body, it has a small openings that the other insects also have the same openings. Okay, so like how the cockroach has the small openings on the sides of its body, like that the other animals also have the small openings. So these openings are called spiracles. The small openings on the sides of the body of a cockroach is called a spiracles. And these insects have a network of thin tubes. So these insects, they have a network of thin tubes, okay, which are coiled. So those are called trachea. Okay, those trachea are helpful for gas exchange. Okay, so trachea are helpful for exchange of gases. So the oxygen rich air rushes through the spiracles into the tracheal tubes. So the oxygen air, the air rich in oxygen, which rushes into the spiracles. Through the spiracles, the oxygen enters into the body of the cockroach, and and it enters into the tracheal tubes. Okay, so inside the tracheal tubes are the, in that it enters through the spiracles, it enters, and finally it enters into the tracheal tube. So then it diffuses into the body tissues, then it goes into the body tissues, and reaches every cell of the body. So similarly, carbon dioxide from the cells again goes to the tracheal tubes, and from tracheal tubes the carbon dioxide moves out of the body through the spiracles. Okay, so like this the oxygen reaches the cells of the body through the spiracles, tracheal tubes, and tissues to cells, and then cells to tissues, tissues to tracheal tubes, as well as through the spiracles it is gone moved out of the body. So these air tubes on trachea are found only in these insects and not in any group of animals. Okay, only in the insects these trachea and spiracles are found. Here in the diagram you can see the tracheal tubes as well as the spiracles on the two sides of its body. So this is tracheal system in the insects such as cockroaches. Okay, so earthworm. So next animal is earthworm. So you have to remember that in already in class 6 we have studied the earthworm. So earthworm breathe through its skin. Okay, moist skin. The skin of the earthworms feels very moisty and slimy on touching. It's very moisty as well as slim on touching. Okay, so gases can easily pass through them. Okay, so gases can easily pass through those moist and slimy skin of the earthworms. Okay, so though frogs have a pair of lungs like human beings, they can also breathe through their skin, which is moist and slippery. See, though the frogs have a pair of lungs on the like human beings, even though they have a pair of lungs, they can also breathe through their lungs, and they can also breathe through their moist skin, which is very moist and slippery. So dear students, let me stop here and let me continue the remaining part of the lesson in the next class. Thank you and have a nice day.